The title of the project is Environmental Impact Assessment for proposed 120 acres of coastal reclamation and 50 acres of watershed without reclamation. This project located at Pekan Kelebang, Section 3, Mukim Kelebang Besar, Daerah Melaka Tengah, Melaka. Here is the overall maps that show the area that needs to be reclaimed, the site context, and 5 km from the site is already highlighted as the sensitive area.
For the microclimate study, we focus on 5 main points, which is surrounding temperature, water quality, water level, air quality, and wind analysis. We start with the surrounding temperature. So, Melaka is hot and humid throughout the year and one of the driest cities in Malaysia. For the water quality, seawater samples were collected at 8 locations in the site area at 2 different depth levels. The data obtained is most of the measured parameters are at below the marine water quality standard limit, which is good. Next is the water level. Tides at the project site form a semi-diurnal with the mean sea level of the area is 1.19 meters from the beach area. For the air quality, the ambient of the air quality is recorded by the level of nitrogen dioxide, sulfur dioxide, carbon dioxide, and dust particles. And lastly, the wind analysis. The highest current wind speed recorded is 0.91 meter per second, which is calm wind. During the east monsoon and west monsoon is 5.2 meter per second, which is moderate speed. The concerning factors regarding the microclimate of the site is first, the hot temperature in the surrounding create a dry and promoting dusty surrounding to the area. The second is the wind from the development site spread dust particles to the surrounding, affecting the comfortness and also the health of the local people.
5 km from the boundary of proposed site has been identified as impact area. Major land uses of this area is usually composed of agricultural, residential, commercial, and tourism with paddy as main agriculture. Pulau Upeh, situated 3 km from site, is identified as environmental sensitive area due to turtle landing.
This project had to cause a loss of habitat specifically to mangrove loss. It can be seen that it has lots of small portion of mangrove associated with the access bridge. However, these are expected to affect the mangrove due to protection, the reclamation of first shipwreck and other wake partner which have contributed to the erosion currently seen at the site.
Moving on to the impact assessment on socio-economy. The impacts of the project is the loss of satisfaction due to disturbed angle site which causing by construction works on site that create bad view and also a minor impact on the aesthetic view of the beach. Other than that, improper management of sanitary facilities such as sewage and solid waste create a health concern which causing people doesn't want to buy food at the site. Due to the construction works, people have to rebear noise pollution that comes from machine and tools. High volume of traffic from vehicles entering and leaving the site causing a safety issues towards pedestrians in the project vicinity. However, this project create a business opportunities and generation employment due to the establishment of tourism place as well as local suppliers which provide machineries and equipments. Not only local surrounding regions also experience physical structure and social services improvement. Next, impact assessment on public health. People are exposed to the sun and heat during daytime where physical activities, humidity and warm temperature create hot heat. Excessive, frequent heavy work of machineries create tremendous stress and strain on human body such as low back pain and disorders where many movement associated are used which usually happen during site clearing and construction activities. The factors such as improper handling and carelessness and open access to construction site which leads to serious injury and fatal accidents. These impacts should be addressed due to significance of no proper mitigation measure implemented. Thus, marine environment permanently lost habitat due to land reclamation and no longer viable as fish breeding areas. The project influenced to coastal and nearshore marine and related habitats. Rock ponds also inhalate benthic population. In order to tackle the issue, benthic survey is not a major concern where the impact will be localized while non-sedentary organism is considered insignificant and able to recover fast. The project area also surrounded by residential and commercial areas with no biological sites. And lastly, major impact to water quality is sediment dispersion due to filling activities and oil spills on the surface water from accidental hazard of vehicles and equipment, placement of rock bands, causing increasing of turbidity and surface runoff. This will elevate natural levels and organic matter in water body. However, it is suspected to be small where sewage treatment plant will be channeled and treated by MBMB, and also proper sewage networking and connection is installed to reduce significant impact of water quality.
Moving on with the mitigation measure for this project, we divided into 3 important phases, which is the site preparation phases, reclamation phases, and lastly, construction and operation phases. Starting with non-biodegradable waste should not be flushed together with sewage, but compacted and stored before being disposable offshore, which will ensure the water quality for this project. Water sprays and tap need to be installed to wash tires and dust, while the truck speed limit is only 20 km per hour to prevent dust generation. Safety first is very important for the workers, as they are required to wear personal protective equipment (PPE) at the time and minimize the machine sounds level. While in the reclamation phase, in Malacca, there is no reclamation work at night to avoid the destruction of fishing nets and risk human life. It is a must to conduct a dialogue or meeting involving representatives from the affected community to assess the damage. The marine animal should be moved away from the proposed site to ensure the marine environment. And the most important part is by installing a silk curtain area to controlling the dispersion turbidity in the upper layer. From the maps, it could tell with silk curtain, the sediment dispersion extension pattern is bigger and larger. Lastly, during the job operation and construction phase, 30% of the workers should be from the local community through skills training programs for them. Open burning is prohibited. Install all the vegetation and construction waste are in needs to be disposed. Lastly, to propose a T-junction traffic management and transport, and the driver of the operator should be more considerate and brave safely.
Mitigation measures occurs in the other reference cases, which is proposed development of the integrated petroleum hub and maritime industrial park, including reclamation at Tanjung Piai, Johor, Malaysia. For the first phase, this project has prepared a few mitigation measures where construction hoarding needs to be installed as to minimize flying dust on site. Secondly, suitable noise absorbent should be installed on machinery that produce high noise level. This is because the avifauna bird species are sensitive to noise, which leads to noise disturbance to them. Last but not least, open burning that involve construction debris are strictly prohibited in order to protect the air quality on site. During reclamation phase, scheduled production rate has been proposed for this project. This action will minimize the sediment dispersal. Silk curtain also will be installed to maintain the water quality. Last but not least, during construction phase, this phase has involved fuel mitigation, which is proposed a retention pond will be equipped with this oil separation and interception to prevent diffuse pollution from surface runoff or accident spillage. Other than that, speed limit shall be imposed on all vehicles entering and leaving the site to prevent dust turbulence. And lastly, lighting need to be installed as for working purposes and need to be far from shorelines.
The research case that we studied for our study site is proposed development of an integrated petroleum hub and maritime industrial park, including reclamation at Tanjung Piai, Johor, Malaysia. The project located at the east coastal area of Tanjung Piai, which the project cover up area of 1,410 hectares of land. There are many concerning factors regarding the development in research case site, but we choose 3 main factors, which is first is coastal erosion. Due to the increase of ship route activity in the area, the increased ship wakes that cause constant wave crash to the coastline. The potential industrial discharge to the water body can affect water quality, marine life, and mangrove forests. The next factor is the disrupting of ecosystem of wildlife and marine life due to the development area located at sensitive area, which is at Tanjung Piai National Park, and seagrass area that could endanger the marine life, such as dugong, which is considered as protected species. It can also create potential water pollution before and after project that affect the marine life and its surrounding. The third factor is affecting the fishermen activities in the area, as the project reduce the fishing zone that affect the main income of local fishermen, and food supply in the area will be decreasing as the project affect the concentration of fish in the sea. For mitigating measures of the development to tackle the three concerning factors, first for the coastal erosion is by designing offshore wave breaker that weakens wave from ship wakes that impact the coastline and rehabilitate more area for mangrove planting. Next, for the disrupting of ecosystem of wildlife and marine life, the mitigating is through regulate frequent water quality check to ensure the quality suitable for marine life and ensure discharge of waste to be avoided and discharge is done properly. Lastly, for the factors of affecting the fishermen activities is by providing job opportunities for the local fishermen that affected by the project and promote facilities for fish case that ensure fish supply to the fishermen. For the study outcome of the research case development project, we find that the level of impact to the environment from the reference case development is higher compared to our study project.
To conclude, there is 3 new mitigation measures that we would like to be stated. First, due to elevated TSS in runoff which can affect aquatic species, it is to use erosion control measure, timing and avoid spawning in incubating to the affect fish and aquatic life. The erosion control and facing sedimental downstreams of active construction area, this mitigation measure will make in construction phase.
Second mitigation measure would be reduce the risk of ship strikes by slowing the travelling speed of vessel and boats which will be carried out during reclamation phase where its limited marine area may push the marine life out of the busy marine traffic lane, low visibility and underwater noise. And lastly, protect the marine habitat from underwater noise through the establishment of exclusion zones around the noise generating activity where will be carried out during construction phase where it will establish according to the result underwater noise modeling. And that is all from us. Thank you.